Welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University Cardone On Demand MasterMind call. Guys, my name is Steve Spray. We come to you live every single Wednesday. We come to you at 2 p.m. so we can answer any challenges you have. That way we can be your personal coach here to make sure that you're absolutely winning with Cardone University and Cardone On Demand. So, guys, we got a lot going on. I'm going to talk to you all about it today. But today, man, we're going to be talking about the life cycle of a salesperson. Okay, the life cycle of a salesperson. Okay, this is gonna be exciting. This is gonna be a good show. Okay, so guys, what I want you to do, I want you to call in, and we're gonna answer any type of questions that you have. We're gonna be talking about the 10x growth conference. Oh my gosh, Rob, 10x growth conference, man. What's this thing's blowing up?
Huge.
Yeah,
huge.
So from the second that Grant lit up and he said, "Hey, we're gonna be doing this deal," man, I could see it in his eyes, and I've been around Grant long enough, and when I see him get that excited about, dude, we're going to make this thing unbelievable for the people that are going to be there. He immediately let some very, very top-notch key speakers that are going to be there, let them in on it. And so those people said, "Hey, dude, we want to come there. We want to speak." So they're going to be talking about all different types of things. So we are definitely going to be talking about sales, because that's Grant's deal. That is, he's the master, he's the godfather of sales. Okay, so he's definitely going to be talking about that. But the speakers, there's going to be a lot of talk about so many different things that have to do with growing your business. So we've got people there who run billion-dollar companies going to be speaking about how to create a culture, right? So there's going to be a lot of different things there that people are going to be talking about. Massive, massive, massive event. So we'll definitely be talking about that. But today, Cardone University, Cardone On Demand, what we're talking about is the life cycle of a salesperson and what happens, and then how you can use Cardone University and the Cardone On Demand program to be able to help you out. So guys, if you want to call in, the reason we do the show for you every single Wednesday is so that way we can handle any problems or challenges or, anything that you guys are faced with throughout the day. So 305-865-8668. That is the number to call. So if you call in, I'm going to handle anything. Objections, scripts, things that you have questions about inside the program. If you're thinking about, hey, what do I do with my sales team? Or how do I make Cardone University, how do I use it myself personally as a salesperson to get more deals, more opportunities, man? Hey, look, we're here. We're all on the same team. We all care about two things: more deals, more money, and we definitely care about helping you guys out. So that's why we come to you. So I always start this deal off with people who are absolutely crushing it, man. I just want to give some acknowledgement. I was talking to one of our sales managers here in the office right before I came in. Okay, he was telling me about a group who did unbelievable. So a group named Cast Capital. Okay, Cast Capital, unbelievable success. So let me tell you what happens when we start working with a company. So we don't just hook you guys up with Cardone University, but we identify where we can help you out specifically. So one of the biggest goals for Cast Capital was, they said, hey, right now we're doing about $300,000 a month in sales, and our goal is to get to $1 million a month in sales. So they said, look, can you do that with us over the next 12 months, right? And so they were working with us for 36 months, okay? Well, as a matter of fact, the answer was definitely yes, okay? When we looked at their business, we knew exactly what to do, how to help them out. We got them to their $1 million goal in the first 30 days, okay? What do you think about that, Rob? Going from, your goal is to hit 1 million in sales per month, okay? You say, hey, look, can I do this in 12 months? And we were able to do it in the first 30 days.
Incredible.
Dude,
absolutely incredible.
This is this is people. So for a salesperson, man, this is huge. That means the salesperson's doing really well. Everybody in the company's doing well. The second month with this group, by the way, we took them to 1.5 million in sales. Okay, so they went from 300,000 a month in sales to 1.5 million. And then, okay, so I've never actually been to New Jersey. But I think these guys were working out in New Jersey. They decided to say, you know what, we're doing so well right now. We're gonna pick our office up from New Jersey, and we're gonna move to downtown Manhattan. So if you're from that area, or you've been there, or even know what that means, they thought a lot of it. So guys, great job with Cast Capital. Guys, if you have any successes, let us know, and then call in today. We're gonna answer questions and challenges that you have. So the telephone number here is 305-865-8668. Okay, and so what I'm actually going to do today, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, we got some brand new t-shirts in. Okay, we got all different types of merchandise, everything. So if you call in today with the question, I'm gonna pick a couple different people. Okay, the person who has the biggest, the hardest challenge problem. Okay, that they think that they're having right now in their business is the hardest thing, and I can help them out. I'm gonna actually choose them. They're gonna get a free Cardone University t-shirt. So we're gonna get them hooked up. If you guys hadn't seen these things are sweet. So, guys. What I wanted to talk about today was the life cycle of a salesperson. Okay, so you're brand new, right? You're brand new and you start in sales. You come in and you're trying to figure out, man, I really want to be great at this thing. I see guys doing really well. I see guys who've been here 2 or 3 years. It seems like they're doing really well. And then I got some veteran guys who, man, they made a career out of this deal. And those guys seem to be doing really well. And then I see these people. I hear about the Cardone guys talking about all these different people all over having massive success. How do I get there? So as a new salesperson, look, you got to come in. You got to learn the fundamentals of selling. Okay, there's going to be a lot of different things that you're going to learn inside our program that's going to teach you every single thing that you need to know to really like build that foundation that you need as a salesperson. As time moves on, look, you're going to graduate material. So the way the program works, and I'm going to have Rob, he's going to show exactly what I'm talking about here. So as you go inside the program, you're going to see that the first couple things that we teach you about are going to be about sales, the salesperson. How to understand everything that you need to know about how to be successful, maximize time, manage time. What do you need to know about your products and services to be able to pitch them correctly? Then we're going to teach you everything about the customer. These are the fundamentals of sales. This is the backbone of Grant's teaching. This is the Grant Cardone method, the thing that has changed sales everywhere for all industries, right? So we're going to teach you everything that has to do with that, okay? But 1, 2, 3 years down the road, look, man, you've been learning this Grant Cardone style. Things are working really well for you, but you're trying to get to the next level. Well, you're not going to switch, right? You're not going to go to somebody else's sales techniques. That wouldn't even make sense. That wouldn't even make sense. That'd be like a boxer in the middle of his career trying to switch and, go do like some MMA fighting or something. Man, he probably wouldn't even be that good at it. Right? So what you're going to do is, look, man, think about this deal. Grant's throwing out a lifetime option right now because this sales thing is a lifetime cycle. And you always need to be reminded of different things. So I'm going to get back to this, but what I want to do is I want to take a question because I got, it looks like Monique from Colorado is calling in. And I'm going to answer her question. Monique, how you doing?
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing unbelievable. I appreciate you calling in.
Woo!
What's happening in Colorado right now?
I appreciate you taking my calls.
Absolutely.
Who do I have a pleasure of speaking with, first of all?
My name's Steve.
Steve. Love you, Steve. Thank you for taking my call, by the way. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you giving a call in. So what can I help you out with this week?
Okay, so I have a challenge. I'm dealing with 3 different projects, and I seem to come against a very common thread whereas I can't get past the gatekeeper to get to the decision maker.
Okay.
And I have taken the gatekeeper training on the Cardone University, and so I'm feeling a little bit lost and not sure why I'm not able to get past that. And then my second hurdle is a part of my business is as well as a part of a network marketing company you probably are familiar with, which is World Ventures. And I'm having a very challenging time spending a lot of time with people who are just not my ideal candidates for team members and leaders. I'm looking for visionaries who actually want to grow the same concept and see value in traveling the world at wholesale and then earning the travel for free. So
yeah.
If you can help me with those 2 problems, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you giving a call in. That's what we do here. We make sure that we handle your problems and make things go good. Well, I mean, this is really a great example. How long have you been in business?
I have been in business with World Ventures for 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. And have you been in
yes,
sales?
And then with the other projects, only a year.
Have you been in sales your entire career?
No.
Okay, so you transitioned into sales.
Yes. When you say sales, I know many people get uncomfortable with that, and now going through so much of Grant's training, I realize the reason why we're uncomfortable is because we don't have any experience in it. And so that's why I'm like a student.
Yeah. So
I live and breathe Cardone University at this point.
Exactly. Well, you're doing all the right stuff. So you're doing all the right things. This is exactly what I did as a young salesperson. I got a hold of Grant's information, okay? Just sunk my teeth into it. And I didn't even let go, okay? I just kept learning and going over it. And I'm still going through a lot of the same things that I was looking at before. And so for you, let's handle a couple of the different problems that you're having right now. So getting past the gatekeeper. And so for everybody who's watching in right now, I just want to show you what exactly she's talking about. She said, hey, I was inside the Cardone University program. Right now I'm having a trouble getting in front of gatekeepers, and that is inside Master the Cold Call. So I always like to show you exactly where this is at. That way you know where to get this material. So that way when you're taking notes right now, because I'm getting ready to drop some bombs on you, that way you guys can remember this. You need to go back, and then you need to rewatch this content again, because even when you watch this the first time, that's excellent, okay? And I'm going to give you some new reality on exactly what to do to get past the gatekeeper. So what did you learn from getting past the gatekeeper inside the program so far? Monique? Oh, she hung up. Okay, good. So Monique actually was watching getting past the gatekeeper, which is excellent. So this is her problem right now. She's like, okay, I got my pitch down. I know what I'm going to say. I know what product I'm going to pitch, but I'm calling business to business where there's a receptionist, there's a gatekeeper. There could be a VP of sales. There could be a COO. There could be somebody that I need to get through before I get to the person who's going to make the decision. So what you're talking about inside the program is that you go through these 4 courses right here. So Rob, you showed these. These are the 4 courses that you want to go through. If you're in sales, if you got to get through a gatekeeper, and this is something that you're doing all of the time. Like for me, I've been trying to get through gatekeepers for 4 or 5 years. I'm always going back through this material right here. So I'm always looking at, okay, well, what is the gatekeeper? I got to relearn what is the gatekeeper. That way I can always resell myself on, okay, why do I need to get through her to get to the close? Why am I making the cold call? So what Grant's going to talk about in here is the reasons why you don't get past the gatekeeper. And so he's going to talk about the power greeting for the gatekeeper. This is the entire pitch for the whole deal. He's saying, here's exactly how you get through it. But guys, you need to go through all 4 courses inside this part of the program and really study it. And so what I want you to know is that if this is something you do all the time, do this. Heart every single segment, because you're going to watch this every month. And then you're going to want to come back and go back through it. So what Grant's going to talk about is, look, man, the gatekeeper is your friend. The gatekeeper is the key to get you everywhere. So for me, look, I always get in with the gatekeepers, right? When I call up, I'm saying, hey, Natalie, this is Steve. I'm calling from Grant Cardone's office, trying to get a hold of John. And look, I know that he's busy right now, okay? I know I left you a message earlier, but what I wanted to ask, because I know typically most decisions probably run through you first. What are you personally looking for that if I send over to you, you send over to John to say, hey, this is something you should probably take a look at? Okay, what typically sets you off? Is it something that would help your business or help the company? Or what I want to do is I want to find out, hey, what's important to you? Because that person, the gatekeeper, has a job. Her job is to make sure that you don't get through. So do I want to offend her, or do I want to treat her bad? Absolutely not. So what Grant's going to talk about inside this part of the program, he's going to say, hey, look, here's how you act the part. Here's how you act like the proper person. So I know a lot of people, when I listen to their pitches and they call up, or some of my clients when I listen to their phone calls, they're not pitching the gatekeeper properly. They're trying to automatically bypass the gatekeeper. And Grant says, hey, you need the gatekeeper. Because even when you get past the gatekeeper the first time, the next time you call up, you're going to need to be like, hey, Natalie, it's Steve over here at Grant Cardone's office. How are you today? Okay. Natalie needs to be like, Steve, it's so good to hear from you. That's what this part of the program is going to teach you how to do. So, but that's going to require you to go through it, to learn it, to go operate with this information. And then what you're going to need to do is come back. That way you can take what you learned in the marketplace and you can really take a look at it. That's why Cardone University is something that you want to use all the time. So if you guys have questions, I want you to call in. I got a couple of the callers on right now that I'm going to take. But the number is 305-865-8668. Okay, that's 305-865-8668. I'm going to answer any problems that you have. So I got another caller. I got, is that Ramona? Ramona. Hey,
Yeah, this is Ramona.
Ramona, how you doing
Uh,
today?
I'm great. I'm just in listening mode. This is my first time calling in. I'm a web developer, so I don't know how it applies to sales, but um, I once did create a product, maybe like 5 years ago, to teach people how to build websites,
Uh-huh.
and then that sold really well right off the bat. However, the product actually, um, there was a new version of the software, so I didn't keep up with it. But I got really interested in sales since then. I just don't know how. I got all of Grant Cardone's audiobooks
Uh-huh.
on iTunes,
That's perfect.
and then yeah, and then
So
I'm
what about you?
learning.
So for your job as a web developer, what's the hardest part about your job?
Well, getting new clients, or for one, qualifying clients. So I don't want to just have any client. I want to make sure that I'm dealing with the right people that know the value that I have to bring.
Right.
And today I'm really in listening mode to see, what I can do really. Like, how far can I take this?
Sure.
And
Are you on Cardone University by any chance?
no, when the lady was talking about the gatekeeper training earlier, I just pulled up the website. So I didn't know that there was a Cardone University. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is cool.
That's
So,
our fault, not yours. So I apologize for that. So let me get you helped out. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand this. We got a lot of products. So you've picked up some of Grant's books, right? What other programs of Grant's do you have?
so all the audiobooks, because of time being a factor, I wanted to first start with audiobooks. So I started listening
Most people
to
do.
10X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I started listening to 10X, but then there's more. There's if I pull up, I don't have it in front of me, but
There's a lot more.
everything.
There's a
Yeah.
lot more. So let me tell you about this. So I work with a lot of web developers. I work with a lot of people who are in the same position as you. Most people who think that, man, I've never done sales before, and then all of a sudden they start their business, and then they're like, well, I think I got to sell this thing to make some money. So the way that you're going to benefit from this is going to be huge. There's a lot of great information inside Cardone University. And how long do you plan on being in business?
I mean, for life, it's just
For life?
I've been in my field for 16 years. However,
Okay.
I don't. I can do things faster than most people, so I got the speed things handled.
Good.
But just dealing with understanding first of all what my value is, because I don't have a means of comparing
Right.
myself to someone else.
Good.
And then really being able to, almost like a formula, understand what I have to offer and having a fair exchange in the process.
Excellent. So most companies, here's what they do, and let me explain to you Cardone University why I have you on the line. So what happens is that most people in their positions, they're extremely well versed in what they do, right? So web design. You probably know more about it than I'll probably ever know about it. You probably know most about what's happening in the industry. So the industry-specific sales training typically always happens in every company. So the product, the industry-specific, that is always handled. Okay, what most people lack and what they never spend enough time really learning is this third thing, and this is where Grant Cardone comes in. So pure sales training, right? This is something that everybody needs. So whether you're selling every single day, I mean, every day you're selling somebody, whether you're selling your kids to go to school, or whether you're trying to sell your boss on a raise, or whether you're trying to sell a client a new product. And so what happens is that Grant teaches this pure sales training piece, but there's a lot to learn from it. So there's understanding sales. There's your sales process. There's exactly what you're talking about right now with, hey, I need to learn how to pitch value in my deal, right?
Yes.
So proper
Yes.
fact-finding questions about how to qualify customers is something that you mentioned, hey, I need that. So Grant goes very deep inside Cardone University in that content. And it's perfect because, just like you said, most people don't have a lot of time. I mean, if I was talking to you 15 years ago, we'd be talking about, maybe meeting up once a quarter for a big sales event that your company might put on. But now you're available with technology. You can have Grant Cardone in your pocket every single day. That way, if you're getting ready to walk into a presentation where you're like, hey, what fact-finding questions and what qualification questions do I need to ask to this customer so that way I can pitch what I do, web design, really well. That way I can make sure that I land a deal and I know how to close and handle objections. That's all inside Cardone University. And so that's where we're going to be able to help you out. So, Ramona, what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at the program, and I'm going to get your information. I'm going to give you a call after this. That way I can walk you through, get you in the program. That way we can help you out and help blow up your business this year. I appreciate you giving me a call in. I'm going to take another call from, I got David calling from Coachella.
This is David.
David, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm always doing great. Always doing great, man. I'm helping people out. How can I help you out today?
Who am I speaking to?
My name's Steve Spray.
Oh, Steve.
What's up?
Good. Now, the reason I was calling, man, I was watching this live, I guess a live cast. Is this you on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what a pleasure, my man.
Hey, what do you like best about what you've seen so far?
You know what, man? I'm pissed because I haven't made enough money or haven't wanted to borrow to get my ass signed up to the GCU.
Well, how important is it to you? How much money do you have in your bank account right now?
Right now, man, man, it's Christmas time.
Yeah,
man.
good, man. So how many more Christmases you gonna do this?
Oh no, not long. I'm waiting for probably within the next. I'm hoping or gonna push for the next 90 days. I got some.
If you were to come up with that money in the next 90 minutes, how would you do it?
Fuck, I don't have an idea to.
If you did have an idea, what would you do? I mean, it's $5,000, man. Look out. Are you in your house right now? Look out your window, and I want you to find $5,000 just from what you can see outside your window. Can you see that?
I can't sell my car. That's what takes me to go. That's what drives me around.
I'm not talking about selling your car, bro, but you could. You could. I don't know. I mean, how much longer are you going to do this? How much longer are you going to wait to be great?
Oh no.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you what happened when I decided that, hey, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. So I went all in, man. I had to give up some stuff. I actually sold my car. Okay, I rode the bus.
Really?
Real deal, dude. This is what I did. So look, man, I had to get committed to actually learning. So I buried a lot of man. I got dug into content, to material, man. I started training every single day. I started submersing myself in this material. I do the same thing today. Okay, but now, dude, I don't have a problem. Right? I want to get everybody Christmas presents. Yeah, everybody gets Christmas presents, okay? I don't even have to think twice about it, right? I don't have to think about whether I want to sell my car to get something, So what you should think about, too, is, look, how much longer are you going to do this? And what are you going to do today to go out there and get the $5,000? Because it's really simple. To have Grant Cardone Sales Training University for a year or for a lifetime.
It's $5,000? I didn't know it was $5,000.
Yeah, I know. It's a small number. It's a very small number when you think about how much money is on this planet, man. So let me ask you this: what can I help you out with today?
Well, I was watching this show and it says to call in for a question, and that's what I was doing. But I got you right now. My thing was I recently went to my sales are down, bro, and I'm trying to just get myself fucking out there and stay in people's faces. Reminders, hey, what's up? This is David. Anybody you need that I could help you fucking do any kind of.
Okay, let me ask you this: Are you when you do that, when you just get out there, right? Are you just winging it right now? Is that what you're doing?
What?
How are you? What are you doing when you get out in front of people?
No, like I went to a mixer. Like it was like there was a mixer held, and I had got invited, and I went, and I'm trying to stay in these people's faces and not let them forget about me.
I do. Are you talking about at the mixer?
That was, yeah. I went to a mixer. I'm gonna say 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so now you want to get leads from the mixer.
Yes, and what I did is immediately this happened Saturday. By Sunday afternoon, I was sending them all an email and text, hey, what's up? How's it going, guys? I met you yesterday, and then 3 weeks is about to be a month, and I want to just stay in their face continuously. So I'm just trying to. That was my question to the show, but
okay. Are you taking notes? Are you taking notes right now? Because I'm going to light you up.
I'm writing right now.
Okay. 80% of all transactions. Okay. They happen between the 5th and 12th follow-up.
I heard that before, but never really felt it.
Well, if you haven't had the training inside the program, Andy, you probably wouldn't even make sense to you. You'd probably just be like, well, that might be a made up number, right? So what I want to do is I want Rob to, I'm going to dive into follow up right here. I'm going to show you why you getting access to this program is vital to your success, because there's things right now that you're missing. Okay, you just gave me a great example. You know, I'm out here, I'm actually, I went to a mixer, I got invited to something where I had an opportunity. And this is what most people are doing, man. They're just shooting from the hip every time they do something. They're guessing. Every time they pick up the phone, they're guessing. Every time they text somebody, they're guessing. Guys, you don't have to guess anymore. The godfather of sales, Grant Cardone, created this entire program so you don't have to guess anymore. The way that you get good is you understand it. So he created this follow-up program. This is just for follow-up. I'm not talking about closing right now. I'm not talking about negotiating. I'm not talking about sales process. I'm not talking about outbound prospecting or internet leads or how to communicate via social media or how to recon or even motivation right now. I'm talking about just follow-up. You got to understand follow-up. You got to understand how to be successful with it. You got to understand the mistakes of the follow-up. See, this guy right here, okay, my guy David, he's already made, like, I could probably write out at least 10 mistakes he's already made, and he doesn't even know he's made them yet. Okay? He's wishing and praying for a deal right now, and I'm trying to help my man get a deal. So there's a lot of different things that you need to know about how to properly follow up. Now, I'm actually glad he called in, and I'm going to give him a t-shirt. So I want to get David's information for calling in, and I'm going to hook that guy up with a t-shirt, because what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you guys how to use the follow-up tool. I want you to understand that if you do not understand the follow-up training, the follow-up tool doesn't always make sense. So do the facts of the follow-up, do the follow-up basics, and understanding the mistakes of the follow-up, because this is going to give you such an incredible understanding of how to be successful in follow-up. That way you guys don't have to guess anymore. When I go into the follow-up tool right here, this is how to cover a customer up. Grant said, hey, look, if 48% of all salespeople are actually never following up, and 80% of all transactions happen between the 5th and the 12th follow-up, the only reason that they wouldn't follow up is because they don't know what to say. So as your CRM's tracking what to do, as you're keeping notes with your customers, your clients, you've got this tool right here. So this is how my man David should have used Cardone University. So if he would have had it, he would have been able to use the follow-up tool. He could have pulled it up on his phone. So he's texting from his phone, where Grant tells you exactly what to text, what to say, what to expect when you call. So he's going to tell you what to do. Okay, well, the same day as the mixer, I'm leaving the mixer. Or I'm at a car dealership, and I got a customer who I don't close, and he leaves. Or I've got a customer that I knock on their door because I'm selling solar panels. What do I do if I don't close the deal? Well, here's day 0 follow-up. This is a very strategic plan that's laid out, designed very specifically to help close somebody, but you've got to click on these little devices. So number 1, on day 1, tomorrow on step 1, I'm going to know what to do to follow them up. Now, one of the biggest questions in follow-up is that most people are always asking, well, how much follow-up is too much follow-up? Okay, here's the way. If you got to ask yourself that question, you don't know what you're doing. I really want you to understand. If you've got to ask yourself, well, how do I know when I should quit following up? Or, if you got to ask somebody, hey, do you think this is too annoying? You don't know something. Okay. I want you to understand that you don't know something. So that's why I just use the program. Just follow the steps. Grant says, hey, it's day 1. This is what we're going to do on day 1. This is what to expect. This is what you want to do. So you want to provide value added follow-up. That's what this program is about. So guys, if you have questions right now, call in 305-865-8668. What I'm going to do is I'm going to handle any question that you have. So with the follow-up thing, now I've been in sales for a long time. Okay. Most people that I talk to every single day, man, they've really been in sales a long time. I mean, I've talked to guys every day who are doing 20, 30, 40 years. Now, that's a lot of clients. If they're putting somebody new, Rob, how many new people do you put in your pipeline, you think, just in 1 week?
Probably 10 to 12.
Probably 10 to 12 people.
Maybe more.
Okay. So as you start building up that funnel, one of the hardest things for most salespeople, and you can let me know how you feel about this, is actually managing your pipeline. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Rather than just picking up your phone and shooting from the hip and saying, hey, Rob, it's Steve over here at Grant Cardone's office, man. Are you ready to buy? Okay. Because then I probably would start asking myself, hey, is this really annoying Rob? Rob's probably getting annoyed. I've done it 3 times in a row. he's probably annoyed. But if I use the follow-up tool, Grant's going to tell me, this is how you follow up. So this is what you do on day 0.
I learned a lot from this. This is a great tool.
It's a great tool. Let me give you a quick overview. On day 0, guys, Grant's going to tell you this is exactly what you want to text or virtual video message the customer on day 0. This is directly after you talk to them. 10 minutes after you talk to them, they leave, after you leave your mixer, whatever the case may be. Here's what I'm going to click on one. So I'm going to click on day 1. So let's act like this is the day 1. I said, man, I had an awesome deal yesterday. I talked to a guy. He's brand new. I'm excited about the deal. It seemed like he liked it. But now what am I going to do? I'm actually going to start digging into what to say and what to expect and how to handle it. So that way, the knowingness that I have about this particular situation, Grant Cardone, the master, the godfather of sales, is going to tell me, hey, here's what's getting ready to happen. Okay? Here's what play they're running. Here's what play you run. Okay? How often am I going to close more? How often am I going to score more if I already know the play I'm running, the play they're running? Right? If I know more about the situation, I can just take full responsibility for everything that's happening in the sales cycle. Okay? How many more deals am I going to close like that? That's why I sell more today than I used to back when I didn't know, but I progress as a salesperson. So when I was a new salesperson, I'm trying to figure out, how do I just create a bunch of action, but what's the calls look like? What does it look like when I actually get a customer, and then how do I learn like the fundamentals of the sales process? What I'm doing today, further on in my sales career, is totally, I'm diving into a lot of this content, getting extremely deep into some of this material that Grant has, where I'm learning some different things that, man, I couldn't even make sense of 4 years ago, or 5 years, or 8 years ago. Right? And so for the veteran salespeople, the guys who are in this for like 15 and 20 years, I get calls from them all the time. I'll get calls from guys who've been in the business for 20 years. What else are you going to teach that guy? A lot. You can actually teach them a lot, man, because I get calls from them all the time. They call up and they said, dude, if I would have had this thing 20 years ago when I started, whoa, I would have done unbelievable in my career. I do good, but man, I would have done great. So that's why this deal is a lifetime thing, guys. That's why Grant's giving you the offer for the lifetime, right? Sure, you can do it for a year. You can do that. Okay. That's good. Get you some good information. Okay. How deep you want to go on this deal? How deep do you want to go on? Is this something that you're going to give up? Right. If you guys want to call in, I want to answer any questions that you have. I probably got room for maybe another couple callers. 305-865-8668. I gave away a t-shirt. I'm going to give away one more t-shirt. So we got Cardone University t-shirts for the next caller. We've already got people hit the phones, man. Just like that. It's quick. Right? So, Rob, what are some of the challenges that you're having right now just for you and your business? And then I'm going to show some people, like what we deal with every day.
Yeah, I think the challenge for me is I went ahead and I started creating content that I could use for follow-up.
Okay.
And that's really my focus right now, because I see that as a huge successful action, especially in the sales process.
Uh-huh.
I can't call the guy over and over and be like, hey, you want to buy? You ready to buy? You ready to buy? Like, it doesn't do anything. So what I've started to do, and I got this out of CU, was provide some sort of article or something that comes from me,
right,
just to kind of warm them up and say, just to like, this is what we're going to be working on. And like,
exactly.
With CU, I'm sure you guys do the same thing. Hey,
absolutely.
Here's a little video out of the platform I think you're going to find is going to be really helpful. You might know what his problem is, but like, here, just a taste,
Exactly.
So the problem is, how do you maintain that?
Right.
But that's where the follow-up tool comes in. And that, honestly, if I had to rank something as the most important, I'd probably say it's in that part there.
Well, and here's a new thing. So guys, if let me get a little bit deeper on this follow-up tool for you. So if you're taking notes, or if you're at home watching this, turn up the volume. Okay. What happens with the follow-up tool, this is where Grant sat down and he got deep into this deal, right? About really how to cover somebody up and open them up so that way they can tell you, hey, dude, this is the right deal. So on day 1, what's Grant telling you? He's telling you, hey, look, this is the selfie video time, or it's the text message time. We're going to shoot him the thank you for dropping by. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. Okay. He's going to tell you how to do that, whether you're doing it on social media, virtual video. Okay. On day 1, here's what he's doing. Now, this dives into this dives into some of the core training that Grant Cardone teaches. So what's Grant always talking about? He's always talking about, hey, offer people options. Okay, so you'll learn that inside sales process. He goes very deep into this. It's extremely important to understand this material. And so as you're going through the actual follow-up tool, you're going to notice that on day one, Grant says, hey, call him up and offer him something different. Tell him you apologize, but you forgot about something. Yesterday when we were on the call, yesterday when you were at my store, yesterday when we talked, man, I totally apologize, right? So this is where you're going to see Grant talks about offering alternatives. And I'm not in follow-up right now, but I'm going to show, this is where it came from. Because Grant says, hey, look, set the boundaries. Set your own negotiating boundaries. Right? So a customer left and they didn't buy, there was something obviously wrong. Well, if I want to call them up and I want to tell them, hey, Rob, you know what? We spoke yesterday. Forgot something, man. I apologize. Actually, can you get in front of a computer right now? I want you to take a look at something. Okay. Something I totally forgot. If you got 30 seconds. Okay. Number one, it's a reason to call. Number two, look, I'm throwing them options and here's what's going to happen. So let's just say I'm a car dealer. Let's say maybe I sell a B2B product. I'm online, anything. I sell advertising. Hey, Rob, talked to you yesterday, man. I totally forgot about something. Can you get in front of a computer real quick? Man, I right when we got off the call, I thought about something, and I wanted to run this by you in case you wanted to add this to proposal. Okay, what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the guy in front of the computer. What am I going to show him? Different options. I'm going to show them different options. Let's just say I work at a car dealership. This is a really good example, okay? Because none of them are doing it except for the ones who are on Cardone on demand, right? So what's happened is that I'm going to offer them the option. I'm going to say, hey, you came in and looked at this, but man, when you left, I noticed that we had these two options right here. And what are they going to say?
Wow.
They're going to say, wow. Yeah. What they're probably going to say is, no, dude, no. We want the one that we came in there for, okay? Yeah, we want that one, okay? Now, how many of you salespeople out there would like for your customer to say, no, we want that one right there. That's the one we want. That's the one I'm interested in, right? How often do you want your customer to tell you that? Okay. So what Grant's doing in the follow-up tool is he is actually working the customer the right way. So if you're guessing every time you follow up, now what he's going to do is he's going to tell you what to say on day 2. This is a progression through the follow-up. That's why the follow-up is the greatest sales secret of all time. And most people don't understand the follow-up because they're not utilizing the training inside the full program, because Grant doesn't talk about this anywhere but inside Cardone University. Right? And so it's not just the follow-up tool. It's inside the follow-up training. And then the follow-up tool tells you exactly what to do. So he tells you what to do on day 2. Right? You know why Grant's favorite animal is the octopus? Because he covers people up. Because it covers people up, man. It's freaking crazy. I got another caller. I got Andrew. I got Andrew from Virginia. Andrew, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Steve?
Dude, it's going unbelievable, man. How can I help you out today?
Awesome. I was calling in. I was just listening to your message there about the follow-up tool, and this is one of the main reasons why I got on to Cardone University. I've called a couple of times. This is one of the main reasons why I got on to Cardone University. However, here's my problem, my question. Managing it. When you've made the calls and you built up a pretty sizable CRM. It starts to become a monster where it's like so many contacts in the CRM, over 600, 600 to 700, leads in the CRM, managing it. Like, so how many?
Have you made contact with those people?
Yes. Every single one of them that's in the CRM, I've actually added them myself.
Good. And so there are people that you have made an initial contact with, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Perfect. So now the CRM every day, it filters through your cycle. It tells you who to call that day, right?
No, mine is a little bit more basic. So I just enter data on the lead or the prospect every time I reach out to them. But then what happens is, hey, there's cold calls to be made, and then there's also the follow-ups to be done.
Okay.
So it's starting to become like
no problem. I see where you're at. So you got a little bit different. So you got a little bit more different style. The way you're doing it's a little bit more manual. Hey, not a problem. I used to actually do this myself all the time. This is how you want to use the follow-up tool. So Rob, if you want to drop into this, I'm going to show them how to utilize this. So if you're writing everything down in your CRM, what I would do is I would keep a list of the names of hot leads. I would keep a list of the warm leads, and then I would make a list of the people I would just keep adding to the list of continue to follow up. So if 80% of the transactions, right, if they're going to happen between the 5th and the 12th follow-up, well, I mean, I want to follow up the most up front, and then you'll notice that it backs off a little bit, right? So I would keep my hot list, and I would use this. I would figure out, also you got to do is put the date next to where they're at if you have a calendar, and then I'm just sitting here firing off. I'm just clicking on these things because they're only 30-second clips. Right? They're 30 or 40 or 50-second clips. So that way, as I work my calls each day, I'm actually using the follow-up tool to, you know, I'm going to use it to get back in front of them. I'm going to know, or maybe you can keep a tally next to them, or maybe the CRM already tells you, like it's a very basic one. You can still keep track of their number of calls. And then the follow-up tool is so easy to use and just keep there. That's why it's a tool, because it just sits there on your computer or your phone, and you just tap it. Right? So when this one's done, it just goes right back. And so I just sit here and use the follow-up tool all day long, and I just sit there and use it that way. So that's what I would do, man. I would just keep a separate sheet of, I would work all your hot people first, and you know, make sure that you're using the follow-up tool correctly, because if you go back to bouncing around, then you're just guessing again.
Right, and I think that's kind of the trap I've landed in myself. You know, is just kind of just say, okay, let me see what's going on today with this person, and I'll just give them a call. So it's kind of like is reselling myself on the following the hot list that you mentioned, and just pretty much just kind of like staying on top of those you know, folks use the follow-up tool.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Have you done all of the training inside the follow-up program?
Yes.
Okay, good. I want you to go back there. Okay.
Okay.
This is guys.
So,
yeah, you guys, you got to resell yourself all the time. Okay. I got to. This is why This is why you look at successes with your business. I'm always got to be resold on everything that I'm doing. Right. Like I eat right all the time, and I work out all the time. Okay. I think it's pretty well known. Okay. If you guys follow me or know anything about me at all, you know that's something very important in my life. Okay. Dude, sometimes I get off track. I got to resell myself. Hey, why am I going back to that lifestyle that's what you want to do? You know, because it's a lot easier to do the other thing. It's a lot easier to guess when you pick up the call. Okay. But it's not, it doesn't get me what I want. You know?
Right.
So go back into the follow-up. And so, look, how long are you going to be in sales? Another 30, 40, 50 years?
Probably, yeah, a long time. I mean, this is my business, so probably for the rest of my life.
Sounds like you're a lifetime sales guy.
Ready to say.
Sounds like you're a lifetime sales guy.
Yes, I am.
My man, you got the lifetime access?
Not as yet. This is my second year, second year on Cardone University, and I've learned a lot. Pretty much, like all the success I've had with my business.
Okay.
You know, all of it is going to Cardone. You know,
I'm gonna have Natalie get your information, and I'm gonna give you a call after this. And I got a sweet deal for you since you called in on my show today. I'm gonna hook you up with a good deal. All right, I'm gonna save you another $500.
Okay.
All right, brother. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man. Call in every single week because I'd love to continue to help you out. I got looks like I have Isaiah from California. Isaiah, how's it going?
It's Elijah.
Elijah, I apologize, man. They got it written down all wrong up there, man. Elijah, how's everything going for you?
Oh, it's going pretty good, Steve. Going pretty good.
What type of business are you in?
I'm in real estate.
Oh, my man, dude, I love real estate. What's happening for you right now in your business that we can help you out with?
Okay, so pretty much the reason for the call, I've been like following you guys, and also I want to say it's pretty cool to see how you've grown since 2014, 2015.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot.
I've been along for the whole ride, so I've been watching. So the reason why I'm calling, because I haven't got the university yet.
Okay.
But the whole the idea that I had going in, since I'm in real estate, I was currently in escrow for a property, and the deal just fell out. But what I was going to use part of the commission was to get the university. So I wanted to know, as me being in real estate, what is a creative way I can work towards gaining that $5,000 back?
Oh, forget
my So
how to get the $5,000 back?
Yeah, because out of that escrow, I was really depending on it to pretty much finance my business.
Yeah. So you're waiting on a deal to go through.
Yes.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Dude, here's what I do. Okay. You guys will learn about this. So here's one of the great things about Cardone University. And so let me just dig into this. So, man, Elijah, this guy, he's been following us and following me, and he's seen a guy who, went from freaking not even having pennies to a much, much more higher success. Top 1% earners in America. Okay. So the way I use the program is I've got to stay focused on material that is going to help me in my business every day. So I'm going to answer Elijah's question, because what I look at is I look at sales training. But what I also look at every morning is I look at the things that are extremely important to me, and you'll find this in your program. In Cardone University, and this is why you always got to continue to look at it. I always look at motivation, which resells me on, look, hey, why am I going there to grind this thing out every single day to like push? And why am I still trying to push even harder when I'm doing a lot better than everybody else? Because as a salesperson, you're always at different levels. Okay. 4 years ago, the thing that got me excited was a little bit different than the thing that got me excited today. I still use Cardone University as a salesperson to be able to help resell me or remind me or to keep me in the game every day. And then I also look at personal finances. So this is something that we don't always hit on. Rob, if you want to show this, this is in the majority of the Cardone University programs. If you don't, we have this separately. You can buy it. So personal finances is something I actually watch this content every single morning. Why? Because it's extremely important to me. It's extremely important for me to be able to learn about money. If I'm not thinking about money, how am I going to get more money? If I don't understand the fundamentals of money and the mistakes and then how to multiply money, it'll never happen for me. So as I'm increasing my sales and I want to get to the next level, I use this program, Personal Finances, to help me out. Now, to answer Elijah's question, he's asking, dude, I want to get on your program. I want to get on your deal. I've seen what it's done for you, but how do I do it right now? Because I'm waiting on a deal to close. There's a segment inside the program right here, number 5. It says use a credit card to make money. Okay. Now, if you've never trained on this segment, you probably don't know how to use a credit card to make you money. You're probably thinking like, dude, don't they cost money to have? Don't they cost money to have? So guys, this is what I'm telling you right here. Inside the program, this whole piece right here, there's a 2-minute, 38-second clip of Grant saying, hey, you guys afraid of these credit cards? Yeah. Well, what if you didn't have to be afraid of them? What if you knew how to use them? Okay. What if you guys were dropping money segments inside to what you were doing every single day? You think you sell more? Absolutely. This is what helps me out. 6 training segments every single day. Focusing on sales, closing, negotiating, motivation, money, personal finances, how to multiply my money. That's why I'm where I'm at, guys, because I'm paying attention to it every single day. And it's different today than it was 4 years ago. So what I would do for you, Elijah, the first thing that I would do, dude, I would drop it on a credit card. Okay. Does that make you money? If you hurry up and get Cardone University and then all of a sudden you get 2 or 3 extra deals in your pipeline from things that you learned inside the program. Is that you using a credit card to make money, or are you losing money with it?
I'll use it just to make money.
Exactly. So you guys got to learn to like use these things. And that's not the only thing. There's a whole course on that, right? There's a whole course on how to properly do it to benefit yourself, right? So let me go back to this example right here. I started this whole segment off talking about a company called Cass Capital. Okay. They came to us. They said, hey, we're doing $300,000 a month in sales. We want to get to $1 million a month in sales. Can you do it? We said, we can get you to $3 million a month in sales. Let's roll. Okay. So we did the deal. We hooked them up. The first month they were on our program, they hit their target of over $1 million in sales. Okay. Now, it cost them over $40,000. It was a $40,000 investment in our program over the next 3 years. Okay. Now, for Cass Capital and the other thousands of companies that we work with and all the other successful people that we have with our program, did it make sense to make that initial investment? Would you pay the $40,000 to get you from $300,000 to $1 million? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Absolutely, man. So, dude, what can you do today to go get that money? Now, this is something very simple. This is easy as just calling your bank up. right? I mean, we can go down that road forever, but what I'm going to say, man, is that, look, man, make the investment in yourself. Like for me, like I never started having the success that I did until I started investing in myself. And then I was like, hey, that worked a lot. How do I go even bigger and invest more? And so that's why we're doing things like this. So if you guys see our 10X growth conference, guys, this is going to be a monster event. Okay. The super VIP tickets are 10 grand. Okay. It's no money. If the 10 grand gets you to $1 million, does it make sense? Absolutely. Okay. So, but we've also, I mean, we got premium tickets at $1,500. I mean, I got people calling me up every single day. Hey, give me 4 of the $3,000 tickets. Okay. Because people are seeing the value. They're training on Cardone University. They're submerged in the content. And then all of a sudden Grant says, hey, let me juice you up a little bit, right? Come down to Miami with us. Okay, in March 17th, 18th, and 19th, we're doing a 10X growth conference. Okay, we have these tickets for sale right now. These tickets are available for you to get on. Okay, so, but take advantage because this thing will sell out. Okay, Grant has a competition right now going on. Who can sell the most tickets? I'm going to beat everybody. Okay, I'm going to beat everybody. I know because, look, I know my clients, they're calling me. They know. They're like, hey, I've been working with you for 2, 3, 4 years. It's been unbelievable on Cardone University. And then now you're trying to give me the the nitro. You trying to hook me up with the nitro at the growth conference? Dude, they're excited. So get that. What I would do, man, is I would figure out, hey, how can I do it all? How can I go to the 10X conference? How can I get on the lifetime deal? Okay? Because the guy who's as submerged in the content, example me, okay, went from making $40,000 a year to making over 500 grand a year. Dude, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Let me tell you, dude, it's definitely worth it, man. So you guys got to go all in. So guys, look, appreciate you calling in every single week. Look, this is what we do. I come to you every single week so I can help you out with sales. This is something that I've been doing for a long time, helping salespeople with Cardone University. And for you, the people who have invested in the program, every week you call in and we want to help you out. So any questions, objections, you want us to help you write scripts? That's what we do. So any challenges, anything that you're having, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., we do a show live from Miami Beach. So that way we can help all of our clients on Cardone University. So I appreciate you guys joining in. You guys have an unbelievable week. And if you guys don't have the information about the 10X Growth Conference, we have these tickets. They're going on right now. It will sell out. It will definitely sell out. This thing is going to be sick. So this is, it's Grant Cardone. We've got some unbelievable speakers who are going to be there. It's going to be a lot about teaching you how to maximize sales for your company. Okay. But then it's going to be a whole other thing. This thing is 3 days long. Okay, it's 3 days of jam-packed 10X information, not just 10X sales, how to 10X grow your business, 10X how to build your culture. You're going to be talking to people who run billion-dollar companies. Guys who are making 50 mil a year are going to be there speaking. You guys don't have access to this. You don't have access to this anywhere except for they are coming down to the 10X Growth Conference in March here in Miami whenever we do this event. Grant's doing a big event. And you guys are going to have the opportunity to be able to meet them. Okay, we're going to have opportunities for all different types of things. So go check out. It's on our website, grantcardone.com. And guys, have an unbelievable week, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday.